All right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. Lots to dive into and discuss in today's video of what's going on inside of the world of ALGS. And we also have got to talk about the Oversight Esports Series, their Pro Series, and thousands of dollars on the line as they finally are moving towards their finals, I guess you should say. And so I'm very excited to see how these scrims are actually taken a little bit more seriously going forward. But we've also got to talk about these scrims and some of the notices that we've had coming out of this. Finally, we've got some responses from some of these pros involved in some of these issues. And then also we've got to talk about FaZe Clan and their future as we finally got some news regarding their roster. And honestly, this is no surprise, but I'm very interested to see where things go. And then also some Challenger Circuit news as well. So if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on in the world side of Apex Legends Esports, and of course, do yourself a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And by the way, if you guys have not saw my podcast interview over on the Apex podcast with Enoch Wyatt, then make sure to go check it out. The link will be down in the description below. I had a blast shooting that stuff as well. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First, I wanted to mention, obviously, totally unrelated to most ALGS, but there are some additional patches in this. So Respawn put out yesterday that they rolled out an update to fix an issue causing the breakout legend challenges. I know most of you guys probably don't care too much because you're probably just busy grinding ranked or trying to go to the pro scene, whatever. However, additional fixes in this patch include Caustic no longer gets slowed by an enemy caustic gas. That's obviously important. The end rings will no longer be placed over lava on World's Edge, and then also invisible walls on Broken Moon on Switch have been removed. I know obviously the last one probably doesn't matter too much. If you guys are trying to go into ALGS with the Switch, then God help your soul. But the end rings will no longer place on lava in World's Edge is a very good fix for our esports scene. And then also Caustic no longer getting slowed by an enemy caustic gas is a very important I guess notion to make here as well. Also wanted to mention Oversight Esports, their Pro Series, Group A versus C. Look at this, Virtus Pro, the brand new signed roster, Team Burger with Pricey, Sharky, and Way. What's very interesting is this was a full lobby as well. Good to see, because unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case on all of these. Now TSM was in second place again, no surprise there. Furia in the top 7, which I thought was very interesting because we did get a little bit of an, interesting tweet coming from HisWattson. Obviously, we've been seeing Vaxon play with Furia for quite some time and not HisWattson. What in the world's been going on with HisWattson? Is he like wanting to step out of competitive again? What's going on? We really want to know. And while he did make some kind of a mystic tweet earlier, had a great time in scrims, and I'm looking forward to also playing in the finals. Thank you to everyone who's been watching us, me in particular, decimate the competition 07. Now this was pretty funny because obviously HisWattson has not been playing. It's been mostly Vaxon. Even Furia messaging, like, hey, where's HisWattson? What happened to HisWattson? Why isn't HisWattson playing? Is HisWattson kicked from Furia? Is HisWattson quitting comp? And so it's very interesting, obviously, how they're playing this out. I'm actually interested to see what's going on and the truth behind all of this. And that information should be coming out hopefully soon, especially as we approach, land. We're going to have to know what their plans are. Also, want to mention Group B versus Group D. Once again, a couple teams missing from this. So it is what it is. But it was Alliance. And I've been saying this for quite some time. Alliance has been quite a shocker for me. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, months ago, this was not the Alliance that it seemed that we were getting, but it seems like we're going in that direction, and I'm very happy for this roster as well. And honestly, just knowing who these guys are, I want to see Alliance succeed. I don't want them to, have to make roster changes or maybe even retire. Things don't go well. I want them to have this success, so I'm glad to see it. Oxygen Esports in second place, Omit in third, TSM stepping in again just because so many people, I guess, are not showing up. TSM in fourth, SSG in fifth. And I'm just saying, look, man, at this point, you cannot get mad that TSM wins everything when they are showing so much more effort, in my opinion, than a lot of other teams. They are playing in multiple groups. They're, super involved. Hal is subbing for other teams when TSM can't play in these other groups. It's crazy. They're really grinding on an entirely different level. It is good to see Geared Gaming up here, South America team, obviously. Once again, I know 2 teams missing, but they're normally not having a top 10 performance, so it's good to see that coming out of them as well. So then we move on into the future of FaZe. Now, what in the world is going to happen with them? If you guys did not see our article earlier yesterday, unfortunately, we got the news that we kind of expected, and that is the fact that not only is FaZe relegated from Pro League, and we kind of knew they were going to have to go in a different direction, but finally we got the confirmation that Panders is now looking and exploring his options for Split 2. Now, this was a weird one because Panders and Zera have been together for quite some time. Do they intend to stick it out as a duo? Are they going to try to find their own spot in Pro League? Maybe Panders can get picked up from a team that gets invited back to Pro League. Maybe Zera thinks he can do the same. Maybe they split up and go their own ways so that they get back into Pro League. Maybe they stick together and try to go and battle it out through Pro League qualifiers. Who knows what's going to happen, but it does look like Panders is not limiting himself to only playing with Zera, only playing with the FaZe roster. And I don't even know what this FaZe roster is going to become at this point. FaZe more than likely being a partnered organization over here. Obviously, I cannot see them personally partnering up with a team that's going through Pro League qualifiers. I think they're going to pick up a roster that's unsigned. I think they're going to pick up a roster that wants to get involved there. And I've really scratched my head for quite a bit and wondered, is it possible? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Is it possible that FaZe is parting ways with their team that got relegated so that they could sign Legacy? Just don't know. I don't know. It's out there, and obviously we'll see a little bit sooner. Like I said in the past, I did hear that Virtus Pro was one of those teams that was actually trying to get involved with Team Legacy, and it just didn't work out in the end. What is going to be the roster? What's going to be the organization that actually picks them up? I don't know, but I know that it better be a good one because they're definitely most deserving of that title. But it's weird to see some of these partnered organizations not actually be involved inside of the Split 1 playoff. You've got Xset, who's not going to be there. You've got FaZe, who's not going to be there. Just some weird, and Optic Gaming not going to be there. What's going to happen with these rosters? What's going to happen with these organizations? Time will tell, but it does look like the FaZe roster will be splitting up. Interested, really? Obviously, we see what Panders is doing. We're kind of, assuming what Zera's going to do. What is Snipedown going to do is what I think a lot of people are wondering. Is he going to exit from the league? Is he going to retire? Is he going to go to another esport? Is he going to stay around and try to go through Pro League qualifier like he did in this set? Obviously, he just recently did that with Bullet and Co. So, and I think he played with Stay Naughty as well, and things didn't go well, but he was willing to go down with that route. So, interested to see if that's what's going to happen again, or if they'll find themselves in a Pro League spot as well. Also wanted to mention, just as we wrap the video up, you guys probably saw a lot of our coverage here lately on Team Doom inside the Challenger Circuit. Really close at winning the last Challenger Circuit. Sadly, we're really seeing some, honestly, this is one of the suckiest things I've seen. So there's an overall leaderboard that we have been talking about, and this is very important for this Challenger Circuit. Vosky and his team were very close. Team Doom were very, very close at getting involved with this top Challenger Circuit in the leaderboard. And sadly, they're going to miss out on this last Challenger Circuit. And more than likely, that's going to possibly chalk their entire shot at getting involved in this. So I really hate this. And it basically came out from him saying, unfortunately, Doom forgot to register. Seriously, something over this small, this tiny, forgot to register, as registration is closed. We have been advised by ALGS Discord admins that there's nothing that we can do, and directed further questions to ALGS email. And I sent them an email, which I imagine will be ignored. We had a good chance of making LCQ, but looks like for now it's just GG's. Very unfortunate. Zeto, obviously his teammate, did come out to say, also after this weekend I received heavy IRL news that will impact me severely, and because of that my mind has not been here. I hope that our request for leniency and help can be seriously considered, especially considering the delay the Destroyer situation caused. We are a top Challenger Circuit team, passionate and on our knees asking for help. Please hear us. We even got some tags with some Discord admins and people that are involved with the ALGS, and we're not getting a response. And it's more than likely going to be that case. We're not going to get a response. These guys sadly will miss out over a simple, I forgot to register for the tournament. Really sucks, man. And I wish there was a better way to do it. And I got to be honest, I understand it's their fault. They needed to sign up. They got to be on top of their own registration, but the website itself is not very good at keeping you up to date with what your roster is doing and if they're registered or not. And then you even have situations, if it's your first time playing, ALGS inside of Challenger Circuit, you're more than likely not going to play because you're going to think you get registered, but there's another step you have to do after you kind of get registered to accept the rules. And everybody out on the team has to do it. And if you've never done that before, it's very confusing. And I just wish it was a much more simple way to actually sign up and register for these tournaments, and maybe even send some notifications, or your team's not complete or something like that. I don't know. I know it's asking a little bit much, and these guys should stay on top of it at the end of the day, I'm sure. But interested to see what you guys have to say about all the conversations down in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date with all things going on inside of ALGS news. Really interested to see what FaZe is going to do. I think there's some good rosters for them to pick up, especially if they want to be as involved as it seems that they do. Let me know what you guys are thinking. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.